Hi guys, so today we'll be in Unit 5, Lesson 3, called Changing Elevations. The lesson starts off with a warm-up call, that's the opposite. For number 1, it's telling us to draw arrows on a number line to represent these situations. A is telling us the temperature was negative 5 degrees, and then the temperature rose negative 5 degrees. For part B, a climber was negative 30 feet above sea level, and then she descended 30 feet. Okay, so as you guys can see, our number lines are blank, so we need to fill them in. Okay, so I'm going to try to gauge where the center is, so I'm going to start off right here in the center with 0. Okay. So since the numbers are so small, I'm just going to start off by counting by ones. I'm starting off with my positive side, which is to the right of 0, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now to the left of 0, I want to do my negative numbers, which is negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, negative 8, negative 9, negative 10. Okay? So now, it's saying that the temperature was negative 5 degrees outside. So since we're talking about temperature, I'm going to use blue, indicating that it's cold. Okay? It got colder. So what I want to do is I want to start off at 0, and I'm going to count 5 units to the left. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So then it says the temperature rose 5 degrees. Okay. So I don't want to start at 0. I want to start where I last left off, which is at negative 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I landed at 0. Okay. So now for part B, the number line is bigger. Okay. It's bigger. So I'm going to do the same. I'm still going to start off, gauge the center. Okay. And what I'm going to do, you guys could count by 10s. You guys could count by 5s and so on. I'm going to count by 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay, I'll write my 10 a bit better. And then to the left side of 0, I'm going to write those same numbers, but they're going to be negative. So it's going to be negative 5, negative 10, negative 15. And guys, your number lines probably be more like easy to write with. Mine's is small, so it is kind of hard for me to write, but we're going to figure it out. Okay, so it says she started above sea level, so I'm going to use green, represent above. So she's above sea level. Okay, which would be an indication of a positive number because she's above. All right, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, because she's above. Okay, so then I'm going to use, which it doesn't matter what color I use, but I'll use purple. All right, so then it says she descended 30 feet. Descended is an indication of a negative number or a negative change. All right. So just like we said with the first number line, I don't want to start at 0. I want to start where I left off with the second number. So it's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I should land right at 0. My video just cut off, but let's keep it rocking and rolling. So for number 2, it says, what's the opposite? Now, part A is saying running 150 feet west. Okay, so the opposite of running 150 feet Okay, guys, so I'm not sure what happened to my video, but we're going to keep rocking and rolling. All right, for number 2, it says, what's the opposite? All right, so for part A, it says running 150 feet east. Okay, so the opposite of east would be west. Okay, so I'll put running 150 feet west. Okay, and I'm gonna underline that keyword that we switched. That was the opposite. All right, for part B, it says jumping down 10 steps. Okay, so the opposite of jumping down 10 steps would be jumping up 10 steps. Okay. So then for part C, it says pouring 8 gallons into a fish tank. And the opposite would be pouring 8 gallons out of a fish tank. So I'm going to challenge you guys at home for question number 2 in particular. Which words do you think would indicate a positive number, and which words do you think would indicate a negative number? Okay, so for example, would the east indicate a positive 150 feet, or would the word west indicate a positive 150 feet? So I'm just going to challenge you guys to think about that at home. And once you guys finish thinking about that, I'll be at question 2, or the second student task statement of this lesson.